It's called the Citadel Mosque after its location. It's called Muhammad Ali Mosque after its builder. And it is called the Alabaster Mosque after the quality of stone it is built up. The mosque 11 meters in and out. It's covered with pure fine white Egyptian alabaster. It's built on top of a fortress, and it is built by Muhammad Ali, who was the great-grandfather of the royal family who came to Egypt in the early 1800s as an Ottoman Turkish viceroy. Finding a very good potential in this country, claimed it independent and started the royal family that ended by 1952 revolution and King Farouk. So Farouk was the last of the grandchildren of Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali being originally Turkish, he was very much influenced with the mosques in his original homeland in Istanbul. And he had built this mosque, a copy of St. Sophia in Istanbul. So if you ever go to Turkey, you're going to find that this mosque is a replica of the one over there. The mosque is built on what we call steel barak, which is a big dome in the middle surrounded by 4 half domes and by 4 small domes. You are also going to realize some of the main features in the architecture of a mosque is the niche and the pulpit. Always the niche is giving the indication to Mecca. So Muslims, when they pray facing the niche. And next to the niche is the pulpit. And the Imam would go on top of the pulpit to preach before prayers. Muslims pray 5 times a day. Dawn, noon, afternoon, sunset, 1 hour after sunset. But not essentially in a mosque. They can pray anywhere, but they have to come to the mosques on Friday. So Friday to Muslims like Sundays to Christians and Saturdays to Jews. And that's why Friday is the day off in all Islamic countries. When they come to the mosque, they sit next to each other, one next to the other. And they all sit facing the niche. And there's always a 15 to half an hour preaching sermon. And every Imam would decide on what kind of teachings he's going to say in his preaching sermon. This was not only built to be a mosque, but to be a mosque and a mausoleum. The tomb of Muhammad Ali is what you see in the corner over there.
You can look at it from front.
It's in this corner.
Yeah.
And as I told you, there's no cremation and there's no embalming in the Islamic religion. The coffin, they don't use the coffin in burial. The body is placed in linen on dust 2 to 3 meters below ground level. Over the tomb, you're going to see a big, huge marble upper construction. There's no one buried in it. This is only a monument. And it's not a one-person tomb, it's a family tomb. In other words, the tomb is used over and over and over again. As you were coming in, I pointed a fountain for you. This is used for ablution. Muslims, before they pray, they have to wash their hands, their feet, and wet their hair. So they wash in the ablution fountain outside before they get in the mosque. Also outside, I pointed the clock for you. It is said that this clock was given as a present to Muhammad Ali from Louis Philippe, King of France. And in another version, they said that Muhammad Ali had traded this clock in return of the obelisk, which is in the Concorde Square in Paris. He gave the French people the obelisk, and he took this clock that had never worked. And the obelisk that he gave them was the one in front of Luxor Temple. When you do Luxor Temple, you will see it missing over there. There's one more point I want to tell you about. In all mosques, human figures are not allowed to be depicted. So that's why they always substitute human figures by floral figures and by geometrical figures. In newer mosques like this one, because that's a modern one, floral figures are very clear. In older classical mosques, the geometrical figures are much more dominant than the floral figures. The carpets are 170 years old and the chandelier same age of the mosque. Have you got any questions? Not only regarding the mosque, regarding the Islamic religion, anything?
Go ahead.
The green pulpit, that's the original pulpit that was placed when the mosque was built because there were no loudspeakers. So they wanted to maximize the benefit of alabaster by the echo. But it's misplaced. Religiously, the pulpit has to be next to the niche. And that's why King Farouk, when he restored his great-grandfather's mosque, he put another pulpit in the proper location of the pulpit, and the one over there is the one in use now.
And what year was this built again? I'm not sure if I got it.
1836.
1836, thank you.
What's the green cabinet kind of thing?
That's
right
the
over
first
there? That's the one she just
That's the pulpit she was talking about. That's
Oh, I
the
thought-
pulpit they put in, they moved the new one.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay, have you got any questions regarding the Islamic religion, regarding women, regarding anything?
Is there any special significance to the colored glass here?
No, it's only decoration.
Okay. Stained glass windows like we have.
Usually the mosque, Connie, so you
Is
know.
it just flowers, not figures?
Usually the mosque is separated into
Women and
Men
men.
and women, you mean?
Men and-
لا مش كده لا it's separated, yes, but not this way.
Not
That's
this-
the Coptic churches, men and women.
But the mosque too.
لا, the mosque, the women, when they pray, they have to have their back sheltered. So you always find the men in the front, the women in the back.
I thought they were.
It's not separated كده, it's separated كده.
Okay, I'm sorry. I know
No, it's okay. There's a
separated.
separation, and the reason is that when women pray, a woman is not to bend over with a man behind her. But that's why the woman's back have to be sheltered by a wall.
Because he took us to a mosque, or he left Katie and I outside, and some person came and yelled at us because we were waiting outside for him.
Yeah. He told you what did the man?
He said, we have to go over to the women's side, and I said, I'm waiting for my husband. And he said, no, 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 no.
No, maybe he didn't understand you. It's okay, outside is no problem.
You know, and the Sunnah
No problem. But maybe he thought she wanted to pray. So he was taking her to the women's
Anyway,
section.
the mosque ممكن يخش أي جامع.
أي حد يخش أي جامع, yes, but certain mosques, like Sayyidina Hussein, when they have a special section for women, though they do not let women go to where men do, and vice versa, men are not allowed to where women go. But in mosques like this one, where everybody prays in the same sah, no problem. In the holy mosque in Mecca, men and women pray anywhere. There's no separation to who prays where.
That's interesting.
So it all depends. If the mosque is built with separations, then each one has to stick to his part. If it's one mosque for everybody, then women pray where the wall is and men pray in the front room. Okay? If like this mosque, they have an upper terrace or an upper balcony for women. Okay, so it all depends what mosque we're talking about. As I told you, Medina, they have a place for women. Mecca, everybody prays anywhere. Even in the middle of the mosque, a woman can be praying in front of a man, no problem.